today are AT&T's. So let's not look just at CL&P for not doing their job. AT&T, every time you drive by a telephone pole that has an X on it, means that that pole has failed. That telephone pole should be changed within 30 days. And if you see 2 X's on it, that means it's been 5 years it sat there, and they put another X on it. This is unacceptable. We had 1,400 poles come down during Storm Irene. This wasn't a hurricane. This was a tropical storm that came through our state. This service is unacceptable. And we, the people, say we deserve better service in the state of Connecticut from our union people and the CL&P and AT&T.
Is that people are allowed to get off call. They are. But in times of emergencies, or if it's raining in Chicago and they force everybody on call, these line workers and electricians and cablemen, they have to work too. So that's totally not true. And they work under the threat of discipline. Tom May actually called us overtime hogs. Imagine that. Here's a guy that got a 16% raise last year. He's up to $9.2 million, and he's calling us overtime hogs. But the truth of the matter is 40 to 50% of that overtime is forced under the threat of discipline, up to and including termination. That's a total shame. It shouldn't be that way. And if we're so properly staffed, why do we have workers working up to 1,800 hours of overtime? There's 2,000 hours in a year. We got people out there working 2 years in one if we're so properly staffed. The company also isn't telling the truth about the flexibility they have for us to go out and work. Our workers work all over the state. For example, for those people in Greenwich who are always without power and are constantly being tall tales, here's the biggest problem. We don't have any cable splicers down in the Greenwich area. Where do they come from? They come from Norwalk and they come from Stamford. The Norwalk Cable Department, these people cover Danbury and New Milford as well. Last week, we had people from Torrington and Waterbury working in the Cheshire District. We are constantly crossing franchise lines, and we have agreements to do so. They just don't know about them because they don't care about them. Thy will be done. That's their problem. Why do we pay some of the highest rates in the country? I'll tell you why we pay some of the highest rates. You people are paying high rates in electricity to line their pockets, and we're not getting nothing for our money. Some people say, get a generator like the director in the Southern Region. He said, if you want reliable service, get a generator. How many Southern Region guys are here today? Is that what he said? Am I lying? No. They promised to train our Yankee Gas employees, also part of Northeast Utility Systems, for down wires. Up to this date, they have not trained anybody. We've been writing them since Irene happened last August. They haven't done it yet. We could also use our Yankee Gas workers in street cleanup to help the street departments and our line crews. And worse yet, when you talk about Yankee Gas, we have hundreds of gas leaks that are not being addressed. The company will never work with the unions. The company never worked with the unions as they promised us. They said that after those storms, they told the two-storm panel, they told the Attorney General, they told the governor that they would work with the unions and the people in the field for future storm restorations. They haven't done so yet. They haven't talked to us about anything. They put accountants and lawyers on their storm plans. If we're so properly staffed, why does it take 2 to 5 weeks to get service to a residential area? Why does it take 3 to 7 weeks for a commercial account? Just ask the electrical contractors in the state of Connecticut.